Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode, I am going to be recapping The Flash Season 1, Episode 1, titled Pilot, which was originally released on the 7th of October 2014, and I'm recording this episode nearly 11 years later on the 18th of August 2025. Just a reminder that kind of loads and loads of Arrowverse episodes will be coming out over the next few weeks, months, and maybe even years. As I work my through them. But before my recap, here is the Season 1 trailer for The Flash.
Barry got into a fight.
Guess I wasn't fast enough.
No, it's better to have a good heart than fast legs.
When I was 11, my mom was murdered. I saw what looked like a ball of lightning. Inside the lightning, there was a man. He killed my mom.
Mom! Dad!
Sorry.
You can't keep ducking work so you can go off chasing down this urban legends, Barry. Everyone you work with thinks you're a weirdo.
You gotta get yourself a girlfriend.
I've spent my whole life searching for the impossible, never imagining that I would become the impossible. Hit my lightning.
How's he still alive? He's coding.
Charge battles at 200. Clear. Oh my God.
Where am I? You're at Star Labs.
I need you to urinate in this.
What is happening? What is going on?
You were struck by lightning, dude.
Lightning gave me abs.
You were in a coma.
For how long?
9 months. Welcome back, Mr. Allen. We have a lot to discuss.
I watched you die, Barry. You kept dying, your heart kept stopping.
It's still beating.
Feels really fast.
See, you thought the world was slowing down. You were going so fast, it only looked like everyone else was standing still.
There's so much that we don't understand.
What's happening to me?
You had a distal radius fracture. It's healed in 3 hours.
How is that even possible?
We don't know.
How does it fit?
It's a little snug.
You don't really believe you can run that fast, do you?
We've been searching for other metahumans like yourself. The sky went black and then outside was inside.
Clyde Moore, he's a bank robber. I think he can control the weather. What really happened that night?
The dimensional barrier ruptured, unleashing unknown energies into our world. Antimatter, dark energy, X elements.
Those are all theoretical.
And how theoretical are you? I've been thinking too small.
He's still out there. We have to stop him.
You're not a hero. You're just a young man who was struck by lightning.
Martin! This just keeps getting cooler. You metahumans have been busy. But I need your help to catch Martin and anyone else out there like him. But I can't do it without you.
I have something that might help. It's made of a reinforced tripolymer. It's heat and abrasive resistant.
What if I'm not a hero? What if I'm just some guy who was struck by lightning?
I don't think that bolt of lightning struck you, Barry. I think it chose you because you can inspire people, watching over your city like a guardian angel, making a difference, saving people in a flash.
It's
time to think big.
I'll run around it in the opposite direction.
You'll die.
You're not faster than a bullet.
Run, Barry, run!
What happened here?
Just your everyday kind of bad guy shootout. My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. A friend recently gave me the idea for a new name, and something tells me it's gonna catch on. Take your own advice. Wear a mask. Cool.
That was a long trailer for The Flash, actually. I'll try and find a shorter one for the next episode, because that would cover half the length of a normal episode. But without further ado, here is my recap for The Flash Season 1, Episode 1, titled Pilot. Barry introduces his powers and himself. A 14-year ago flashback is shown, which features Barry being attacked by multiple bullies. Barry speaks to his mum about this. Barry's mum attempts to reassure Barry. Barry's dad returns home. Barry's dad gives Barry some advice. Barry's dad asks Barry to run. The episode returns to the present day. Barry arrives for work late. Joe mentions Clyde Martin. Joe and someone else fill in Captain Singh. Barry attempts to explain his lateness to Captain Singh. Joe covers for Barry. Barry analyses something. Barry reveals which car he believes the thieves are currently driving. Barry borrows a pen. Barry discovers animal poo. Sorry if you're reading while watching this episode. Barry apologises to the person's pen he borrowed. Barry and Iris reunite. Iris mentions Atom Smasher. Barry mentions Joe and Star Labs. Iris mentions her dissertation. Barry compliments Iris. Iris mentions the quantum accelerator. Barry mentions Dr. Harrison Wells. Iris mentions twerking. Barry reveals why he believes the quantum accelerator is so important. Iris believes Barry needs to get a girlfriend. Joe defends Barry to Iris. Barry reveals where he believes the Martin brothers currently are. Iris convinces Joe to let Barry go to Star Labs. Barry thanks Joe. Barry and Iris arrive at Star Labs. Iris mentions Starling City. Barry mentions relationships. Barry and Iris agree that they are best friends. Iris attempts to reassure Barry about having a romantic relationship. Dr. Wells delivers a speech. Someone steals Iris's bag. Iris informs Barry of this. Barry attempts to get Iris's bag back for her. Barry apologises to someone. Barry is attacked multiple times. Iris finds Barry hurt. Eddie points a gun at the person who stole Iris's bag and attacked Barry. Iris insults Eddie. Barry informs Iris who Eddie is. Iris reveals Joe's nickname for Eddie. Barry returns to his lab. Barry has a board about his mum's death. Joe and his partner discover that Barry was right. Someone shoots at Joe and his partner repeatedly. Joe's partner is shot. Something has happened to the particle accelerator. The particle accelerator causes a power cut and a plane crash. Barry gets hit by lightning. Barry is rushed into hospital. Iris watches this happen. We then have the Flash title sequence. A 9-month time jump occurs. Lady Gaga's Poker Face plays. Cisco and Caitlin discuss this. Barry wakes up. Cisco updates Dr. Wells. Cisco informs Barry that he is at Star Labs. Cisco introduces himself and Caitlin to Barry. Cisco reminds Barry that he was struck by lightning. Dr. Wells informs Barry that he was in a coma for 9 months. Dr. Wells updates Barry. Dr. Wells explains how Barry was hit by a lightning bolt. Dr. Wells informs Barry how he ended up at Star Labs. Dr. Wells mentions Joe and Iris. Caitlin and Cisco compliment Iris. Barry thanks everyone for saving his life. Iris pours coffee. Barry and Iris reunite. Barry and Iris hug. Iris mentions Star Labs. Iris believes Barry died. Iris checks on Tracy. Iris mentions Joe. Someone is informed of a robbery about to take place. Barry and Joe reunite. One of Joe's co-workers updates Joe. Joe apologises to Barry. Barry and Eddie reunite. Iris informs Barry how Joe's ex-partner was killed. Barry saves someone. Barry promises to call Iris. Barry notices his arm vibrating. Barry crashes into a car. Barry runs and crashes into a van. Barry seems to be enjoying having powers. Caitlin and Dr. Wells discuss Barry's powers. Cisco informs Barry what Caitlin, Dr. Wells and he do. Caitlin mentions the particle accelerator explosion also killing her fiance. Dr. Wells warns Barry. Barry runs whilst Dr. Wells, Caitlin and Cisco do tests on him. Barry remembers the night of his mum's death. Barry crashes and injures himself. Joe updates Captain Singh. Eddie mentions Barry. Joe defends Barry to Eddie. Joe and Eddie attempt to figure out where one of the Martins brothers is. Joe reads out part of a number plate. Caitlin informs Barry that he's fractured his arm, but because of his speed healing, he is fully recovered. Caitlin admits not knowing why Barry has speed healing. Barry informs Dr. Wells, Caitlin and Cisco of the night his mum was killed. Barry mentions his dad being in Iron Heights for his mum's murder. Barry believes his dad is innocent. Dr. Wells corrects Barry over him believing that the person that killed his mum had powers like this. Iris and Eddie reunite. Eddie mentions Iris's reaction to him in front of Joe. Iris and Eddie kiss. Barry discovers that Iris and Eddie are in a relationship. Iris asks Barry to not tell Joe about her and Eddie. Iris tells Barry how she met Eddie. Barry saves Iris. Barry gets into a car. Barry causes the car he's in now to crash. Barry confronts Clyde Martin. Clyde Martin showcases his powers. An explosion occurs. Barry narrowly avoids getting hit by a car. Joe reunites with Barry and Iris. Iris and Joe argue. Barry mentions Clyde Martin. Barry believes Clyde Martin can control the weather. Joe believes Clyde Martin is dead and Barry's dad wasn't innocent. Iris asks Joe to stop. Joe asks Barry to see things as they actually are. Eddie shows Joe sketches of Clyde Martin. Barry confronts Dr. Wells, Caitlin and Cisco over him believing he was not the only one to be affected by the particle accelerator explosion. Dr. Wells comes clean to Barry about the particle accelerator explosion. Not the most succinct title, but there we go. Dr. Wells mentions metahumans. Barry corrects Cisco. Dr. Wells mentions the police. Dr. Wells raises his voice at Barry. Dr. Wells believes Barry isn't a hero. Barry runs. Barry's dad is arrested. Younger Barry watches this happen. Younger Barry discovers his mum's body. Barry nearly sets himself on fire. Barry speaks to Oliver. Barry admits to making a mistake. Barry mentions Dr. Wells. Oliver gives Barry some advice. Barry informs Oliver that he has been struck by lightning. Oliver recalls advice Barry gave him surrounding a mask. Barry returns to Central City whilst Oliver returns to Starling City. Barry and Oliver complement each other. Barry mentions metahumans. Barry asks for Caitlin and Cisco's help. Cisco introduces Barry to his suit. Cisco mentions Star Labs and Dr. Wells. Cisco explains how Barry's suit works. Caitlin tells Barry where he can find Martin. Joe and Eddie discuss the Martin brothers. Martin mentions Star Labs. Martin believes he is God. Martin attacks Joe and Eddie. Joe helps Eddie. Barry saves Joe. Cisco updates Barry. Barry reveals his plan on stopping a hurricane. Barry attempts to do this. Cisco compliments Barry's suit and has faith in Barry. Dr. Wells gives Barry some advice and asks Barry to run. Barry stops Martin. Martin threatens Barry with a gun. Barry insults Martin. Joe shoots Martin. Joe discovers that Barry is the Flash. Joe mentions Barry's abilities. Joe apologises to Barry. Joe mentions Barry's mum's death. Joe believes that Barry's dad is innocent. Joe asks Barry to not tell Iris he is the Flash. Barry speaks to his dad. Barry reveals when his dad's nickname started. Barry and his dad discuss his mum. Barry's dad asks Barry to stop worrying about him. Iris and Eddie kiss. Barry refers to Caitlin, Cisco and Dr. Wells. Barry mentions his surname. Barry expresses his pride in being his dad's son. Barry and Henry reaffirm their love for each other. Barry saves someone. Dr. Wells enters the time vault. Dr. Wells is able to stand up. Dr. Wells takes off his glasses and Dr. Wells reads a headline from the 25th of April 2024 about Barry vanishing. And that is my recap of the Flash pilot. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of The Flash Season 1, Episode 1, titled Pilot. If you watched it, my recap. If you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below. As well as anything else you want to go and share, such as any previews or recaps, put those in the comments below as well. Remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And just a few things, there is an audio version of the podcast that is available. So if you go onto the podcast's X page, which if you just type in Xing with the Everything Podcast, you should be able to find it quite easily. And there's a link, and if you click on it, that's where you can find the audio of the episode. But if you like the video episodes, please keep watching them, because Matt spends a lot of time animating them, whereas I just write and record the episodes. It's nowhere near as much work for me. So there are those options there. And then just a reminder that there are now 2 podcast episodes released every single day, with the first episode released at 11 a.m. GMT and the second episode released at 3 p.m. GMT. Without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.